What's your cup say? I woke up what?
Like this.
Nice.
Hey, Jenny.
Hi, Scott. You're at the beach.
Look at that. Look at that breeze, the coastal breeze today.
It's a little windy out today.
The coastal breeze.
So we having fun?
Yes.
So we have been using Zoom this week, Zoom practice sessions. So 2 committees. We went through it with 2 committees, so 6 council members.
Okay.
And then ZBA, we went through it with them this afternoon. So we've been through this drill a few times.
Seem to be getting a little smoother?
No,
No.
there's still always at least that one that we can't penetrate. So it's always a somebody can't get unmuted, or somebody can't figure out, I don't know, there's been all kinds of things, but
Sure.
no, it's not getting any easier. But I've done 6 council members. I have 1 left to do. So
Okay. I mentioned to Wes that if we want to do another test before the 13th or a couple more tests, I'd be glad to do that, Scott.
yeah,
Just to get better at it.
yeah. We want that one to be seamless.
Yes.
So.
There he is.
They're both, Tony and Carolyn are together. They're both in San Francisco.
Golly, wonder if they flew out together.
It's scandalous.
So Jenny, you lost out then.
Great.
Carolyn, thanks for all your help.
Oh, you're welcome.
Stuff.
How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Not a problem. We can continue that for as long as you like.
Okay.
Carolyn is thrilled that remote deposits is back up now. So
Yeah, that is good.
More than thrilled.
yeah. Okay, so Rob, I was just wanting to fill in the blocks here so that we have 7 faces. So we just see how that's going to look. So in addition to the 7 council members, we'll have myself, Tammy, Kevin, McDonough, possibly Rick Kay, and the chief. So an additional 5.
Sure.
So I don't know if there's a limitation on the screen or if the screen just gets smaller, but
Zoom allows 49 per screen, a maximum of 49, and then there's an arrow down if you would get more than 49. I think 9 is ideal, and you can get 12. 12 is fine as well, and I can send you some examples of 12. The one thing I have seen, as you can see on your screen, I have the box checked for everybody's name to always show. And I was thinking for the council meeting that everybody should have their first and last name and maybe their title, so that somebody from the public would know Scott Larmer - village manager. In the upper right-hand corner of your window, if you will, you'll see 3 dots. You can click on that and then click on rename, and then change your name for this call. You should be able to see rename.
yes. Mm-hmm.
And then that would have helped the public in case they've never been to a meeting and they have absolutely nothing to do and they're going to watch the council meeting on the second Monday, that they would know who everybody is and their title. Just a suggestion.
So are you're suggesting that we will do that on our that'll be on us to do, or are you going to do that?
No, I don't think let me look. I don't think I have access to be able to do that. Let me look. Well, I can.
Tammy had access to it yesterday when she was the host.
Yeah, I think only the host has access to do that, Rob.
Okay, let me look here.
I just changed mine.
Yeah, you can
Oh,
do
you
it
did?
your own. Yeah.
There, I just did Scott's.
Yes. Mhm.
So that was just a suggestion that, that may be helpful to the public.
Yeah, we'll want their name as well as their council member, vice mayor, mayor title.
Sure. Okay.
So Tony fell off, so he probably
Let's see. Yeah, he is not with us.
he was with us earlier because he was
Yes.
at the Golden Gate Bridge with Carolyn.
I pushed him off. There he is. Is he back?
No,
I see him.
not on my screen.
Not
No,
on mine either.
mine either.
Mine either. Nope.
Tammy, do you want me to show the graphics package that you sent me? Just
Yeah,
in case there was something that,
yeah, I apologize for being late. My, all my technology decided to slow down right when I was logging in.
I was sharing this with Wes earlier just to check to make sure that the quality was okay.
I
How's
can
it?
read it without my glasses.
Yeah, that's good. Yep,
Everybody okay with that?
sure.
It's good.
Yeah. Kathy is on here, but she's not showing up.
No, okay.
I know. I fixed it yesterday. It's unfixed. It won't find my camera. And it was working yesterday, but now Zoom can't detect the camera. It detected it yesterday, so I'll have to mess with it again. But it has to do with the camera on my computer. I don't know what's
I would
going
restart, possibly restart.
As I was saying earlier, Rob, there's always one in the group. So,
Ah!
on. I'm sorry.
but Tony has fallen out, so Tony is no longer with us. Tony, you're
May he
there?
rest in peace.
I don't know what
Okay,
happened.
so there's Patty. She's connecting to the audio. She doesn't know it yet.
There she is.
Smile, Patty.
Are you talking about me? Okay. Yeah. I keep trying to sign in while I have the my remote open, and it won't sign in that way. I have to close that all down and then open up from another place.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
my problem.
Okay. So the only person we don't have is Tony, and so it sounds like he probably maybe he's gotten called away for something. So
Yeah,
Possibly.
he had to run to the north site to let Duke in. He was trying to do it from up there.
Scott, so if a resident would like to speak and you would just give them the phone number to dial in, they would look like that phone there when they asked a question instead of having their video on. The little phone icon.
are you showing me a phone icon?
There should be a phone icon on the bottom row there. Do you see a phone icon?
No, I've seen it before. Just I don't see it anywhere here.
Shouldn't be showing.
I think when Kathy was talking, it came up.
Kathy, why don't you go ahead and
Oh.
talk?
I have nothing more to say. Yeah, that's it.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, I don't see the phone icon, but that's okay.
'Cause
So,
it-
but if there's a resident that wants to talk to us, we would be hearing them over their through their audio. But are we going to be able to video that, show their face?
We could, but
It depends on them, doesn't it?
well, it depends on. I've shared something with Tammy that she'll share with you that I'm not sure you want to leave that option open to the public. She can share that with you. There was some shenanigans that went on in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah.
when they opened up the video piece for the residents, and it got a little dicey, to say the least.
Okay.
So,
Which council member is going to do that?
Well, I don't think it's the council members we're worried about, Carolyn.
Are you sure?
No, I would hope not.
Well, I moved to the second floor this week, so my husband could go walking by behind me in his underwear or something. I might even shut the door just in case.
the door's shut now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so the meeting notice that we will give, you're still going to be the host, Rob?
That's entirely up to you guys. But in order for me to broadcast it live for the public to view, I need to host, to take the portal from my computer to broadcast live.
Okay, well, sounds like that one's been answered then.
Yep.
Okay.
So, and then I'm going to send you and Tammy, once we're done here, what the live broadcast look like. You'll see the green phone icon on the replay back. So you
Okay.
can see example what a resident call would look like on your screen.
Okay, so going back to that resident, the resident is going to be audio only, most likely, and they'll have their opportunity to speak during the recognition of visitors.
Correct. Tom would introduce that portion, and then I think he would introduce, like he always does, that resident number one and name them, and then they would be on the line, and then they would take that opportunity to have their 3 minutes, and then I would encourage them to go and watch it live on the link that Tammy has provided instead of staying on our call, because that would eliminate them from chiming in during the meeting.
Mhm. And likewise, if they do stay in on the meeting, you will keep them muted.
Absolutely.
You want me to go ahead and call in? Do you want me to
Sure.
call in?
There
Yeah,
he
go-
is.
Right?
Tony's back. He's still in San Francisco.
Okay.
Scott, do you want me to call in?
Sure. But are you on? Yeah, that's fine.
Tony, are you on a roller coaster?
I'm
Hey,
walking.
hey
in
Wes,
without a-
turn your volume down on your
Yeah, I'm
computer
gonna-
then, so you don't get that
I'm gonna-
feedback.
Tammy, I thought he was swimming.
There he is.
Yeah. Something fun.
It's interesting how it's later out there in California, even though they're 3 hours behind us.
That's a little too close, Tony.
I was going to try to do this while I was driving.
Carolyn, I like the way your face comes right out of the water. It's like the background.
She has a Cheshire clock too.
Yeah, my clock keeps coming in, doesn't it?
Scott,
Yes,
can you hear me?
yes, we
Okay.
can hear Wes.
All I did was call in, so you guys need to mute me.
Okay, he's muted there.
Can you talk
You
now,
still hear
Wes?
me?
I can still
You
hear
hear
you. Well, that's because we're hearing you because you're two people. You're one with us and you're a resident.
Right.
We're hearing you
My
through your
computer
system.
is muted.
Well, it's picking up your, I think it's still picking up your microphone.
No.
There you go.
Well, I could hear him in the other room, but I shut the door.
Got it. So that's how that would look, Scott, if Colin called in. And he would, that icon would be down there, and when Tom gave him the floor, then he would look
All
that
right,
way.
so I don't have an icon for them. So I'm not seeing a phone or anything. And that's okay.
I'm wondering if there's a setting up on your screen to allow all participants, because I'm seeing it on my screen, and I've got two screens working, and they're both showing, and you'll see it on the playback.
Does
So
anybody
people,
else see the phone icon?
I do.
I see it.
Yep, there it is, the phone icon.
Okay, I don't have it, but that's fine. That's okay.
So that's what a resident speaking, that would, how they would look on the screen.
Okay. All right. We're going to be.
Wes, I think you can hang up now.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Okay.
So at the April meeting, we do not have a public hearing. We will have that in May though. So that'll be a little different for us. We don't have anybody signed up for the agenda yet, but we likely will.
Well, Susan Glazier will be.
Yeah.
She took last month off.
In terms of a dry run, Rob, it'd probably be worthwhile for our dry run next week to be with the council members, wouldn't it?
Be perfect. You know, Thursday or Friday, are you thinking?
Not
Or
certain.
Monday morning
No,
of the day of? Would that be more helpful or no?
no. What happened yesterday, we did Kevin McDonough on a law committee Zoom class. He was connected yesterday. Today, he could not connect at all.
Okay.
So I think there probably needs to be a little time, so we're not scrambling to try to figure out how somebody is to connect.
Sure.
But by that time, I will have connected with all of them at least once on Zoom.
Okay.
So we'll set something up for the council members next week.
Okay. I'll just wait to hear from Tammy, and then I'll send Tammy the invite, and then she can disperse to everybody.
Mm-hmm. And then that will also, I don't know if they'll be able to participate, but there'll also be Kevin, Rick Kay, Tammy, myself, and the chief.
Okay.
And I don't know if there's any value to seeing all those at one time in terms of setting up the frame.
That's fairly automatic with the software. Let's see. So we've got, right now I've got 11 on the screen right now, which you'll see on the playback.
11?
Yeah,
Ooh,
I only see 9. But if I scroll over the rest of them.
Yeah, if you were watching this live on Vimeo, you'd see 11.
All right. So Kathy, we cannot see.
I like it
There
that
she
way.
is.
And
But
so one of
now
those
I'm
11
looking-
is
I'm
the
looking
meeting
at
graphic.
So the nice part about that, Scott, is with it being to the public will see everybody that's involved in the call. So even if somebody's just speaking via telephone, they're going to be on the screen that they're viewing publicly. And I think there's a setting that I'll send you under settings on be able to, it sounds like you only have set to view video participants instead of all participants. But I can send you a little blurb on that.
Okay. Okay. All right.
How's the
So in
sound and
terms of-
volume? Everything good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of of raising the hand to talk during the council meeting, we sort of reviewed this in the finance committee yesterday. A couple of the council members were supportive of that. Tom was not wild about that, but I think to prevent us from talking over each other, it seems like that is the better way to do it.
Right. And the one thing I would suggest is if you decide to have someone recognize the hand, I would say it would probably be Tammy or somebody that, well, nobody's going to be in council chambers.
Well, I think what we discovered yesterday is that all of us as participants can see who's raised their hand if you have that dialogue box up, correct?
Yes, that is correct. And that's on participants.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that, I just don't know that for our first council meeting, whether Tom is going to be monitoring that or not.
Who could be
Do the co-hosts have the same access at the same time?
Yes.
Okay, so if you made Tammy a co-host, Could she monitor the hand?
Well, everyone can see the hand.
I mean, can she mute and unmute? I'm sorry.
Yes.
And then I could also fix the names and all of that.
Yes.
But I think the bigger question is, so Carolyn has raised her hand. How does that get communicated to Tom to call on Carolyn that she wants to talk?
Well, the one way I've seen it is under the chat function. Is if you click on the chat,
Yeah.
and then somebody that is managing the hand raising can send a chat to Tom or to everyone saying, Wes has a question.
But I think what we discovered yesterday is that when you send a chat, you have the option of sending it to everybody or to somebody privately.
That is correct.
Okay. So for a resident who who's not appearing on video, they don't have that access, correct?
They don't, but they wouldn't have that access normally in a meeting to raise a question, correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm. So I just want to make sure that they can't chat with everybody in the group while our meeting is going on.
They cannot. That was one of the things that I was talking with Tammy about, is not giving the public that video access. Because if they have that video link, then they'd have the access to chat. I think they could send out a poll. They could do all the different things that you would not want them to do. But if they dial in, they could hear everything and not have any controls.
Okay. All right. So we're going to have some council members that are going to want the resident to appear. So we just need to make sure that we're on the same page with why we should not allow that.
Sure. I think once you see that link, I'm going to send you and Tammy from Los Angeles City Council. That should
Take care
That'll
of
be
it.
reason enough.
yes. That might be a done deal right there.
Okay. All right.
Tammy, do
So-
you have access to the 3 dots on your screen? When you click on it, can you do rename?
Who's that directed to?
That was Tammy.
No.
It's interesting because Jenny got hers changed.
And that could just be, because this looks a little different on the iPad than it did on my laptop. Like, for
Okay.
example, if I want to raise my hand, it's not under participants on the iPad, it's under those 3 dots.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, meeting settings. Ooh. Touch up my appearance.
Face. Patty, did you hear that?
I didn't hear. What is it?
I said, I think you were touching your face.
Oh, I was. I have been all day, but I'm at home. That's why I'm at home.
Well,
I've
somebody
been jumping off this bridge all day.
sneezed on our last Zoom meeting and we were closed down. So
Yeah, I'm not showing it, Rob.
Okay. I wonder if that's an iPad functionality.
Could be.
So Rob, when we do this with council, we're going to have at least one council member, if not 2 or 3 on an iPad. And we've
Okay.
been having issues with iPads all week. So I don't know what it is about that.
Wonder, is it, Scott, is it a video or just connectivity, or is it their Wi-Fi or all the above?
It's been all different.
Connection, yeah. It's just that nothing else has really been an issue this week. It's been people with iPads.
I wonder if it's because it's Wi-Fi, and there's one of the things that they should do is go to fast.com and run that from their browser just to see what their Wi-Fi speed is. If it's under 100 Mbps, the video portion is going to struggle. It's going to lag a lot, so that could have something to do with it.
Well, Rob, I'm not going to try to communicate that to the council members.
Well, and but it occurs to me too, like, for example, when Kevin McDonough was having problems, the video wasn't the problem. He couldn't get the audio.
Yeah. Yeah,
Was
And
he
then
on an
he tried-
iPad?
Yeah, he was on an iPad.
he was on an iPad, but he wasn't trying to use audio from his iPad because I think he'd given up on that. So he was calling in,
Okay.
and for some reason he could not connect. When he would call that number, and he was calling the correct number, and he was giving the ID number, he was being put on hold. It was very odd.
I've not heard of that issue.
Yeah. So I told him it was his issue on his end that he needed to get resolved. He also is not real adept at this.
Okay.
So he was going to go back to the office and have somebody assist him.
With that being said, do you think we should do a practice on Thursday to give us a little wiggle room in case we have to do it again on Friday?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll set up a time to see when council's available on Thursday.
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay.
This looks fantastic. Everybody's screened, the audio. Tony looks very relaxed.
Okay. And who is setting up the description of our screen, announcing the meeting?
Well, if Rob is the host, then he'll have to do that. And what I did when I set up the meeting or the waiting room for the BZA meeting is I just uploaded an Amberley Village logo, said welcome to Amberley Village Open Meeting Forum, and then it had the name of the meeting on it.
Do we want to use the waiting room? Because the way I have it set is, I think Wes was already here. The way I have it set now is if someone wants to log in at 6:20, they can get in. They don't have to wait for the host. So they don't have to go to a waiting room. They can just go right in.
I like the waiting room concept because I think it eliminates some stuff that may be occurring that
Sure.
we don't want the public to hear or see.
I can change that, Tammy, to the invite for the 13th. I'll go change that and add the meeting room or waiting room, excuse me.
Okay. And if you want me to send you that verbiage just so it matches our other meetings.
Perfect. Yeah, please do.
And Rob, I take it you're not going to be on our screen.
I can.
On my screen, I can only see 4 people at one time.
What are you on your phone?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, you have to scroll right or left and you'll get another set.
Yeah, I've been doing that, but at any given point, I can only see 4 people.
Yeah.
And even turning it the other way doesn't make a difference.
So Rob, you're going to be invisible to us, correct?
That logo, correct. Or I could take the logo down and make it a black screen and it'll just have my name on it.
I can't see any of that. So.
Okay.
I'm just seeing Robert Ebel with a little figurehead like Kathy Harcourt's look like.
Okay.
Still seeing the logo.
Yeah. Sounds like, it seems like, Jenny, are you Wi-Fi or are you plugged in?
Wi-Fi.
You're Wi-Fi, okay.
Everywhere.
So Rob, is there anything else we need to cover?
No, Tammy, how about you? You guys were good with the graphics, that you were able to see that well?
Yeah. So my question then is, and I know we can all do individual sharing.
Yes.
So do we have a plan for how the packed part will be shared? Or you just kind of put it up at various times during when it's referenced?
What I've done with previous or other meetings this week is I had it on standby for when they requested it.
Okay.
Can we see, the resolution for, public streets and utilities, and then I would put that up there.
Oh, okay.
But you're saying by request?
Yeah, somebody would, let's say the committee chairman would say, can we put that up on the screen? And then I would have it ready. Or
I think you're going to just go ahead and put it up there when that item comes up. So when Ray Warren is doing a report on a particular resolution, that resolution appears on the screen, I would think.
Tammy, you and I can talk after this to see who wants to do that. I just wanted to, The only reason I wanted to show it today is just to see if it was legible and everyone could see it.
It's
Yeah,
very,
but like if I'm trying to hold a piece of paper up, I know only thing you can see on me is my face. You can't see like a piece of paper or something, or
we're
can?
not, we're not operating like that. So this is
Okay.
yeah, no, we're not concerned about that. So Rob, is there anything that Sycamore did that we should be thinking about, or if they didn't do that we should be thinking about?
As far as the public speaking, it was phone call only for
Okay.
both the Cincinnati Metropolitan Housing Authority for their Board of Directors meeting and for Sycamore. Sycamore did, Rob, can you put up the resolution and then I will post it? Other than that, Jim LaBarbera just ran the meeting like it was a regular meeting. And, you know, they just went through the same process.
All right, so let's go back to that document viewing.
Okay.
If not so much on the screen, but if I'm a council member and I want to look at my document that I'm talking from, and yet the same device that has that document is the device that they're on Zoom, they're really not going to be able to do that, are they?
Right, correct. They're going to want a hard copy, correct. And that's one of the reasons why I have a second screen, because I want the public to be able to see everybody's screen instead of me adding the shared screen and going through all the thing on my second computer here.
So it sounds like one of our tips to them is if they want to speak from a document, they're better off printing that out and bringing it with them to have a hard copy, because they're not going to be able to access it on the same device that they're on display.
That's correct. And the way I took it from Sycamore, Scott, was the display of the document was more for the public than it was for the trustees, because they all had hard copies.
Okay. Yeah.
So that they could see what the resolution was on a curb project and see all the verbiage on that, because the trustees had a hard copy in front of them.
So you're thinking that the documents that you're going to display are going to be for the public, not for the council members, in regards to the playback?
Or yes, or somebody that's watching live, correct. Just for the public portion of the meeting.
Okay. All right, so that's unusual for us because we don't normally post those documents during a council meeting.
Correct. Something to think about, before Thursday. And I guess.
Yeah, I don't know that putting the minutes up there's any value to that. I'm not certain that. I mean, I'm finding a hard time to identify the value of showing many of those items. But I guess the resolutions would probably be the most valuable ones.
Sure. But Tammy or I would be prepared to post those, if that's something that you want to move forward with.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Anything else?
I think the clarity of the picture and the audio sounds great of everybody.
Okay. All right. So I will set something up for Thursday with council members for a dry run.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
All
Thanks,
right,
Rob.
thank you.
Thank you all. Stay
Thank
safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.